Not for revive.
Wait, Birdman's think it's possible to have a team of 5 people you don't hate?
Freezer.
Freezer.
Kali kind of had this, as far as I could tell, an intention to sort of be like an alternative to Thatcher for wall denial.
Absolutely.
But it's often, in my experience, overshadowed because her gun is really difficult to use. So
Correct.
do you think that Kali is going to get adjusted more in the future as a result of that skill gap, or do you think she's kind of in a good place right now?
Well, we're hoping that with the new secondary SMG, she's going to be able to to take her right spot as an alternative to Thatcher, because the way we perceive it right now, it's like you said, the sniper is probably the biggest offender, and it's not that easy to use, and people have difficulties getting decent kill ratio with the sniper. So we're hoping that with the secondary SMG, she's going to be able to shine more. But there are other adjustments we could make to the gadget itself if it doesn't offer a good enough alternative to Thatcher.
Cool. California. Calypso is getting Clash's SMG in the next Rainbow Six Siege patch. I think this might entice more people, myself included, to actually bring Kali whenever Thatcher gets banned. As it stands, much like Jaeger and Wamai is just kind of here chilling as a multivitamin to add to an already existing diet of Jaeger, and the general consensus on Wamai is that he is not meant to replace that conventional diet. Unless you're one of those weirdos that drink Soylent and juice, and that's just your diet. I don't know. Some people are like that. The situation is a little bit different for Kali. Kali doesn't really provide anything that Thatcher can't bring. Her sniper rifle is useful on some sites, on some maps, but other than that, her gadget can't be thrown in conjunction with a thermite placing their charge to counter a trick in the same way a Thatcher grenade is thrown, because its explosive radius destroys even friendly gadgets that are next to it. It has a little bit more usage than Thatcher in her ability to get rid of bulletproof utility, but that's kind of it. It also has a really long reload and detonation time, so if you want to bring an operator that can be used to disable defender utility, you might as well just bring an Ashe or a Zofia. It's become very difficult to justify bringing a Kali in just about any competitive setting, aside from situations where her sniper rifle might be useful. And even then, it's going to be a bit of a stretch. Why don't you just bring a Glaz instead? I'm sure many currently existing Kali players are excited about her getting the MP9 as a secondary option. Perhaps it's fitting that Clash and Kali are sharing it, since Clash is another example of an operator who doesn't have a conventional primary weapon. Kali has a lot going against her, and one of those things is her fragging potential. It was clear from the start that Ubisoft wanted to be very careful with this operator's design. They didn't want to give her a secondary weapon that overrided the functionality of her main design as a sniper first and foremost. But is the role of a sniper really the same in this game as it is in a game like CSGO, or Valorant, or Apex Legends? The average kill distance in Siege is about the length of a bus. So what's going to be more effective? The most widely powerful guns in the game, with high damage and decent controllability across the board? Or a gun that goes bang, chick, chick, bang, chick, chick, bang, chick, chick? The only person trying to use Kali's primary rifle with any degree of effectiveness is probably going to be Shroud. And you're not Shroud. Ubisoft understands that Kali's sniper is a little bit hard to use, and they're looking at her and trying to make sure that she can fit a role in the meta as a Thatcher alternative, not just a worse Thatcher. I'm going to fill in the blank for you guys and go out on a hunch. I think Kali is going to get more buffs in the future. I say this because I think while Kali getting this new weapon is a step in the right direction, she still has a lot to learn from the crotchety old vet. Getting Kali's win rate up to more around 50% is going to have to involve one of two things. Either buffing the gadget or buffing the gun. Duh. The gadget is basically just Thatcher's, but worse. I think the reason that they toned down the effectiveness of the gadget was that they didn't want her to be a Swiss Army knife kind of character, capable of fighting people from super far away and providing tons of utility to the attacking team. But it seems like we've reached an impasse where it's obvious that Kali's design as a sniper is a bit... I just don't think that a bolt-action sniper, as much as I would have liked it to work, works in Rainbow Six Siege. In a game like CSGO that is predominantly focused on lane control, an op-like gun is a great fit. In Siege, you can get shot from the ceiling, from that hallway, from this hallway, that wall got blown up, watch the staircase. There's simply too much going on. DMRs aren't terrible, but fit their niche on operators like Dekebi, since that's the only option she has. If she had a fully automatic AR, everybody would be using that instead. But operators like Dekebi get that DMR to keep them from being overpowered. You only give Kali a gun like her sniper rifle, if her gadget is powerful enough to justify having such a weak primary. So how would I tweak the gadget? Giving Kali's gadget a bit more oomph, I think, is the only thing that's going to distinguish it from the other ones. It does a minimal amount of damage to opponents caught on the other side of the wall, and I always wondered what it'd be like if it just countered bandit trickers maybe a little bit more easily. Let's say shaving off 20 hit points of anybody that's too close to it. The problem is that the gadget is electric proof already, so it's not like bandit trickers can really do anything about it, and it destroys friendly gadgets too, so the bandit is probably going to have a better time just waiting and letting the enemy Kali do his work for him if that's the case. I think something like Sova's shock dart, something that bounces off of walls and has an effective radius of damage, would be really useful in giving Kali a little bit more fragging potential without making her primary weapon too powerful. But if it turns out to be okay, and the gun still isn't really giving her that much justice, why not just give her an assault rifle? I know the art's gonna look pointless, but seriously, like, what else can we do here? It's just really clunky and obtuse for a game that thrives off of mobility, like Rainbow Six Siege. Let's just call it an experiment with the sniper rifle that we did and leave it at that. Necessity is the mother of all invention, and right now, Kali needs something. Maybe just give her an AR-33 and call it a day. I'm curious as to what you guys think. What would you guys do to make Kali a little bit more powerful to get her win rate up to around 50%? Let me know in the comments down below, and thank you guys so much for watching. Deuces.